Well, hey everybody, I'm Jan Erickson from Stepping Aside, and welcome to Correspondences for Work and Magic for the 4th of August 2021. Well, I guess this is Wednesday, isn't it? That's Mercury's day, so Mercury's going to govern magic on Wednesday. Um, let's see. We're talking the air element today. We're talking yellow, purple candles, if you want to use candles or colors, yellow and purple. Emerald, fluorite, citrine, agate. They're the crystals recommended for Wednesday. Resins are benzoin, gum arabic, and frankincense. I'm going to recommend using frankincense today, or whatever you've got. Um, I'm not doing any unless you want to put maybe some lavender on a piece of ritual card. I mean, or you could just have it on the next to you or whatever. What you don't actually have to be at an altar though today to do what I'm recommending. You can find a comfortable chair or go sit outside or whatever, because we're going to do a little trance work today. But I just think with Mercury's influence, on understanding and revealing deception and all of that, we've just got so much deception going on right now. Um, and, the hospitals are being overrun again, and, the masking up is starting up again in around the country, and all because we can't get it together and understand the truth. And it's hard, I realize, when you've got all these people on different news channels and whatnot that are telling you lies, basically. And so it's difficult for people to discern right now. So on a Wednesday, the whole point of this is on a Wednesday, it's all about communication, right? And everything associated with that. So I like the idea of doing trance work. And I also like the idea of bringing my awareness above the earth. I'm also a Reiki master, and one of the things I like to do is offer Reiki healing to the planet. That way, anyone who wants it can have it. If they don't want it, they don't have to pay attention, right? You always set that intention ahead of time. But then you go above the earth, and then you basically heal the earth, and it's just I don't know, it's just a cool way of doing it, and that way, if somebody needs it, they can have it. Their soul connects into it, and there you go. So it's just kind of similar to that. What I'm going to be recommending. One thing that and I guess the reason I'm doing this is because of the rune divination I did today. I had Isa, Sawillo, and Othala. You can go ahead and read that on the post that'll be below the video here. If you go over to Patreon, you'll see that there. Also, it's over on Medium. It's also part of the bigger, what I call the forecast over on the blog at Stepping Aside. So it's all there. You can see all of this. But basically, what I'm seeing with the rune divination is awakening to the point that we need to control the will and the expression of the will. Isa would be will contraction or focus or concentration or alignment in spirit. Sawillo is, of course, the rune of the sun and the rune of the will. The rune of awakening, the rune of enlightenment and illumination. Same as what it contains, but kenaz, forward and reversed in the rune itself, and so that's where you get the illumination part of it, also being the rune of the sun. Othala has to do with our legacy and our tradition and what we leave behind. What is it we're going to leave behind for others? Will we leave behind something that's reflective of the ego, or will it be reflective of spirit? So with that in mind, that idea seemed to lend itself to the idea of going out and doing some kind of a trance work, where you move your awareness out to above the planet. I recommend have some frankincense burning as well. And once you move your awareness to above the earth, I like to call in whoever, whoever I want to call in. And whether it's, different spirits, if you believe in guides, I'm not so much about the guides as much as I am, conceiving of them that way. But if you think of it that way, you can do that as well. But other energies, spirits, astral entities, loved ones that have passed through the veil, all of that, whoever can you want to bring in to help you with uh, uh, the invoking, basically, or the influencing of bringing people's awareness upward, raising the vibration, raising the frequency so that they move out of the ego's influence and into the influence of spirit. So that's what you're going to see happen. That's what you're going to visualize. Basically, all you're doing is targeting the astral or higher self aspect of who each person is, to ask them to shift their consciousness to a more truthful understanding of what's going on. You're really just reminding each individual that a higher truth exists outside of the ego's awareness, one that is less reactive and potentially destructive. You can visualize all individuals on the planet becoming still and receptive to higher self-awareness. And then just step back and let that happen. Feel each one become lighter and less dense as they leave the ego's controlling influence for the greater understanding that only the soul and the collective consciousness can provide. Remain at that shared resonance for as long as you like, and when you're ready, return to full consciousness. Ultimately, see, we all know what the truth is from the standpoint of soul or higher self or collective consciousness. When you're in that astral layer of self and your focus is not in the dense aspect of the body, that's where the personality and the ego take over if we're not consciously aware all of the time that we're in fact souls inhabiting these bodies. When you move your awareness to that soul aspect of self, when you let your awareness lighten, when you let your frequency and your vibration rise, when you start focusing on love, whatever it takes to get you there. The idea is when you're in this trance state, you should be able to understand what the actual truth is. And then when you, or when you start remembering that, then you understand what the actual truth is. And then hopefully that's going to then influence the decisions that they make. And when you work a spell in that regard, you want to give people in other words, I'm not so much about telling people what to do as much as I am about raising their vibration up so they figure it out themselves. I think that it's a little bit better situation than trying to impact people that way. I think that right now things are so divisive that people are really going to have to come to that awareness on their own. So whatever you can do, whatever magic you can work in the astral realm, that's probably where you're going to have the most effect. And so allow that to take place. Use your assistance up there in that level of awareness above the planet. Call in whatever assistance you need. They'll probably be waiting for you when you get there. That mine usually are. They're coming in. It's just something that I just have sent out the intention that, hey, when I do this, can you all just join in? Once you do that, see, you start working with those energies, and pretty soon they're just there when you get there. And they're waiting for you. So, and everyone's eager. Everyone's eager to help raise the vibration of the earth and her children. So, in any event, that's it for today. I like to do stuff like that on Mondays. I also like to do that on Wednesdays because of the mercurial influence. I think that it just gives an extra benefit to it, an extra oomph, if you will. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and close out. And I've got to get started on the newsletter information. I do my research during the week, and then starting on Thursday, I start writing it, but I haven't had a chance. I've been doing, I got the book published again over on Drafted Digital. I finally figured out the problem there. And so it's available both there and at a whole bunch of different booksellers. And then also, it's still in the process of their publishing to all of them, but I think right now it's over on Apple and Barnes & Noble as well as Amazon. So anyway, that's that. It's what I've been doing, and then plus I've been uploading some other stuff to Drafted Digital to try to get some other stuff I have over on Amazon, over on some other sites as well. So anyhow, one reference I make here is just a book I wrote a while back called Magic and the Aligned Witch. There is a link to it in the post. I'll also link to it below the video if you don't see the post. And so if you're interested in what influences what I'm talking about doing today, it's in that book. So anyhow, thanks for watching, and be good to yourself, be good to one another, and blessed be.